Hello everybody and welcome to my 95th VBA 2010 tutorial. This tutorial is going to show you how you open an existing workbook and manipulate it and then just save it and close it again. So it's kind of like the last tutorial, but instead of adding a new workbook completely, I'm going to open up one that already exists. So all I need to do to change this is I still have my workbook, so let's set and then WB equal to workbooks dot open, and then we need to pass it a file name. And notice how in here there's a password parameter at the fifth one. So if you're trying to open a password enabled workbook, then you need to be using that password parameter. But I'm just going to put in the file name. So it's pasted in my file name, so that's my path, and then my workbook is called my new workbook. So I'm just going to copy and paste that. So my new workbook, and then .xlsx, and then that, instead of creating a new one, it's going to open that one up. So let's just get this and comment it out. I don't think I've shown you how to do that yet with the comment block and the uncomment block. It's a little quicker, so I'll show you how to do that. So if you go to view and then toolbars, and then you click your edit toolbar, so view toolbars, edit, and it gives you this toolbar here, and you've got a comment block and an uncomment block, which is really useful because you can just highlight some code like that and you can either uncomment it or comment it. So useful tip. Probably should have shown you it sooner than tutorial 95, but I've only just learned it recently myself, so please don't be too angry at me. I was kicking myself when I found out about it. Anyway, so let's just open that workbook up. So let's press play, and you see, voila, it's opened up our workbook. So it's the same one we created in the last one, and it's still got hello world written in it. So I'm just going to overwrite this hello world and then save it down. So let's just change my code. So let's bring this bit back. So uncomment block, and then I want to change it to let's just say goodbye world, and let's just do this now. So I'm going to open it up, I'm going to overwrite it, and then I'm going to keep this path in, so I'm going to save it into a completely different one. Actually, no, I'm going to use a new thing, so I'm just going to do .save. I'm not even going to do save as. So I just want to save it in the same sheet. So let's press play. And notice how quickly that happened. It came up and then disappeared on the left. On some computers, it will take a lot longer. And what quite often is worth doing, if you don't want the user to see what you've done, then just use the application dot screen updating equals false, and then after you've done it, do the application dot screen updating equals true. And this is just going to hide from your kind of end user that it's happening. So if we press play, it happens in our code, but if we ran it from our sheet, we wouldn't be able to see anything happening, and it wouldn't show up down here or anything. And also it makes it run a lot faster, so that is definitely worth considering, using the application screen updating. So let's close off them, and let's just check that that's worked. So let's go into my examples folder, no, not examples, so into this workbook, and check out what it's got in it. And it says goodbye world, so that has worked absolutely fantastically. So what we could do, what we want to show you next, is that you can kind of copy an entire sheet out, say, into kind of this workbook. So we can do .sheets sheet 1 dot cells value equals. And what we actually want to do is we want to assign this to this workbook. So this workbook dot sheet 1 dot cells 1, 1 dot value equals and then our wb.sheets. And I don't need the WB because I've got my with WB. So let's just get rid of that. And I don't need the save because I'm not changing anything, so we'll just close it. So let's press play on this. And then it's gone into that sheet and it's extracted the data and it's put it in our tutorial 94. So that can be really useful as well. And we're going to be using the last two combination of things both in the next couple of tutorials and in future example tutorials that I'm going to do. So that's going to be it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, I'm going to use you how to use file system objects in order to create or kind of search through files and test the kind of folders on your computer. So thanks for listening, and I hope to catch you soon.